Welcome to Hadleigh Park. Whether you are looking to get fitter, improve your skill, or just hang out with mates, Hadleigh Park has it all. From a decent sized pump track to dedicated skills area and red and blue trails with views of the Thames estuary, this is a pretty well rounded park. In fact, the only thing it's really missing is some decent jumps. Okay, before you start hammering me in the comments, I know there's a wooden gap jump on site, but take it from someone that's a beginner at being airborne when I say that it's more of a hop than a jump. The lip does all the work for you, and as long as you hit it with a moderate speed, you'll clear it with no skill required at all. Unless you are as creative as Mr Pilgrim himself, you'll be staying pretty grounded here. Today, we're not here for any of that. Hadleigh Park is famous for its nasty rock features, and back in September 2019 when I started mountain biking, I made it a personal target to ride them all. There are 7 main rock features here, so let's start at the beginning and work our way around. This is Triple Trouble. As the name suggests, there are 3 lines to choose from. The C line is the easiest with a red rating. It is a moderately steep descent with 3 rock steps to traverse on the way down. The B line is rated black and in my opinion easily the hardest of the 3 lines. If you are into tech, then this line is for you. I find the top layer of rocks light to unbalance the bike before the drop, which makes this line one of the most nerve-wracking for me. The A line is the one that steals the show here, with a black rating and what appears to be a huge drop into a rocky transition. I'd estimate from top to bottom it is approximately 10 to 12 feet high. It's hugely intimidating to look at, and as a result it was the last of the 3 I conquered here. However, now that I've ridden it, I never choose any other line. Once you've been over the edge on the A line, you'll realise how smooth it is, and that in most cases you are able to just roll out of any issues you may incur on the way down.
Oh, perfect first go.
Welcome to Dean's Drop. Today is my very first attempt at this feature. It's techie and extremely narrow in places with no soft landings if you fall off. This feature is famous for putting people in hospital for minor falls on the elevated rocks, and as a result is to be treated with the utmost respect. This is why until today I have never ridden it. I wanted to make sure that my skill far exceeded what is needed to complete this feature before I tackled it, and I am glad I did. On my first run down I actually struck my left pedal right at the drop, but with the skill and confidence I've gained over the last year I was able to bring the bike to a safe stop at the bottom before going back up to clean this feature. Okay, so full disclosure here. I made it all the way down on the second run, but did admittedly wimp out on the wall right at the bottom. I believe the rocks and drop at the top are the main part of this feature, and so I'm going to tick it off on my list. If you feel differently, then let me know in the comments below. As you make your way around the red route, you are faced with a big climb, and halfway up there are rock features to contend with. This one being the biggest, and they gradually get smaller, but don't underestimate these. They look like nothing on camera, but after climbing this hill, most normal people like me are exhausted by the time you reach them, and this makes them 10 times harder than what they would be on fresh legs.
But I've just got to get around to do it.
Oak Tree Drop. This is the very first black rated rock feature I ever done, and the most recent section I crashed on, resulting in a swollen ankle and a new crankset and pedals for my bike. Speed is normally the key here, but after I crashed so hard last time, I think a more moderate speed is appropriate for now. This is then followed by the Rabbit Run, which is rated red. The combination of Oak Tree Drop into the Rabbit Run is by far my favourite section here at Hadleigh, because there are so many features to deal with in such a small space. Climbing back to the top now, you're faced with Leap of Faith. This is another black descent, and the camera just doesn't do it any justice. This feature gets its name because until you drop in, you can't see what's coming. There is also a red option here, but I decided against adding it in, as I don't really think of it as a rock feature. It's more of a gravelly slant. Welcome to the rock garden. This is by far the largest feature in Hadleigh and probably the most difficult one to clean, because there are so many places to make mistakes. There are two different lines here. B line makes you weave from top to bottom and is by far the smoothest. That said, it still has a lot of rocks that want to snatch your front wheel and send you over the bars. The A line is a straight line from top to bottom, which is a lot faster, but the rocks are a lot bigger. I'm taking my time going down these because I'm not 100% comfortable on them yet, especially after watching my friend that's a good rider come off on these and ended up with a pedal smashing through his helmet. From here, there is a small rock garden with a wall ride option, followed by a drop off, before climbing the Breathtaking to the top of the hill.
You do.
On the way down, you are treated to a huge berm with a rock clip on it, a drop off that you will have to slow for to make the gravel turn, and a small rock pile that again you have to take steady if you want to make the turn after. You are now faced with another brutal climb to final descent. On this climb there are various small rock rolls that I swear they put there just to mess with you when your legs and your lungs. Now that you have conquered the final climb, you are treated to the last feature, conveniently named Final Descent. There are two lines to choose from. The red has a step down followed immediately by an extremely tight right turn and then a tight left into a rock paved descent. The black is far less technical, and some say for that reason it is easier because it is just a straight line descent with no difficult turns. If you have made it this far, I thank you for watching. This is only my second YouTube video and I'm learning loads every day. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, and if you enjoy this kind of content, please consider subscribing. I'm still finding my feet at the moment, but I intend on bringing out at least 2 videos a month for now, increasing to 1 every week once I get into a routine and more efficient with filming and editing. For now, I'll leave you with this secret rock garden that is no longer used at Hadleigh. If you've ridden it and know where it is, let me know in the comments below. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time.